Yeah, you know what I mean? So then I don't get, you know what I mean, over.
And running back from California, Marshawn Lynch.
When did the Beast Mode nickname start?
Around Cal.
Around Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started in Cal. Yeah. But it was just crazy to see it out in Buffalo, considering we're on the other side of the world.
Yeah. I've never heard any rugby league players or AFL players have this superstition, but
yeah.
Can you shed light on it, on our audience about what sort of, is something that used to get you going?
Well, I wouldn't say get me going, but I mean, you know, when you're passionate about something and, you know what I mean, for me, it was like, you got a lot of excitement, you know what I mean, a lot of anxiety, and I just believe that, you know what I mean, a shot or two, maybe, you know, bring my nerves down to keep me on, you know what I mean, even keel, so I wouldn't get too high. I never would try and get to the point where I get too high or I would get too low. It kind of kept me like
mellow
right
you
here
out a bit?
at this, yeah.
Is that what it would do? Like mellow you out, just chill you out a little bit?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So then I don't get, you know what I mean, over or start feeling down. Or I just always was at an even keel.
They can't tackle.
I see that.
They can't tackle. Even when they're free, they can't tackle.
You go from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah.
What was that like? Was that a huge change for you guys?
It was because we thinking like we finna be in, you know, I'm going to New York. And at that time, all you know is like New York, big city of dreams.
Yeah.
And every day in New York ain't always what it seems.
Yeah.
You might get down if you come from out of town, but I'm down by the lawn. I'm from the dog pen. You know what I mean? That's Snoop. So the thing is, I'm thinking like, oh, we finna be out in New York City, like the big buildings and that. But I was in Buffalo and it was just like complete the opposite of anything that I could think. I couldn't even believe that it was New York.
Yeah.
Like I love Buffalo and, you know what I mean? If it was up to me, you know what I mean, I would have, you know, wanted to spend my whole career in one city.
Yeah. Is that because of how you are, loyalty?
I mean, it's got something to do with loyal, but you know, I mean, Barry Sanders was my favorite player, and he played his whole career in Detroit. When you pattern yourself after a player,
Yep.
and you know, that was something that I seen that he did, and you know, I mean, that really stuck out to me. But you know, when I got there, we had you know, some complications outside of what the team had represented. And it was things that was off the field that I was, you know, learning to adjust to. You know, me being traded out of there was probably the best thing for my
Worked out pretty well
career.
for Seattle.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool things that happen. I can't remember them all, but I ain't never seen a run that I love more than Marshawn Lynch's.
One of the biggest cutbacks and runs of all time, the Beast Quake. It's heard all around the world. We get its highlights here. You go on that massive run against the Saints.
Right.
I think everyone knows how strong you are, everyone knows how fast you are, but what sort of cardio do you have to finish those sorts of runs? And I've seen a couple of times where, you know, right at the end of your runs, you're like falling over, like it's almost like you're looking back and falling over and waving at them as you go over.
Oh, that's how you seen it?
I think your
cardio. Way to put it.
Yeah, is that what you're doing? That's what I thought you were doing.
That was me turning around, grabbing my nuts on that.
That's the one.
I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Were you going through, was there a specific thing that you didn't like about the media during that period? Or were you just all business and it was only football that mattered?
No, I mean, it just got to that point, you know, when I'm in my, I think I'm in, year 7 or 8. I mean, there's only so many questions that, you know, you could be asked, you know what I mean, while you playing, whenever. And I mean, you know, it just got to the point where it was like really redundant, but at the same time, I had made up in my mind, like, you know, these were the same individuals who, you know, written me off when it comes to, you know what I mean, talking to the media. And what I learned was, you know what I mean, no matter what, you know what I mean, you said and or did, at the end of the day, they was gonna go make up what they wanted to make up to go and write their story. So
they're gonna twist it no matter what.
Yeah,
no matter
so
what
I wasn't, you know, I wasn't really big on it. And then when it just came down to the fact where it's like, you know, in my head, if I'm getting ready to play a game and then I have somebody who's interviewing me, asking me, you know, some weird ass question like, oh, so do you put sugar, salt and pepper on your spaghetti? Like,
They ask questions like something like
At that point in
that.
time, it's like, at that point, like, what we even doing now?
Yeah. The mindset going into the first Super Bowl, what was it like going into that Super Bowl against Denver and getting it done and becoming a Super Bowl champion?
The mindset was the mindset that I had from, after the first game that I lost when I was playing Little League. We lost the first game I ever played in, and I was crying, and my mom was like, "Boy, why the hell you crying? Like, you get to do this again. Just make sure that you do your best, and then next week you'll be able to play." But obviously with the Super Bowl, it's after that game, there's no other game. But the thing was, I was under contract again, so I knew I could come back for another year. So the mindset never changed, depending on which game it is, because at the end of the day, one false move on that field and it could be your last play.
What you doing for Christmas? I gotta get to Thanksgiving first. I'm going to give out turkeys back in the hood.